Hey guys, so in this video I want to talk about childhood bullying and how it affects us as entrepreneurs. Now, I've done a lot of work on my past, on healing through a lot of my addictions and challenges, invested a lot in myself, but things still creep up, and there's something that happened recently that I think will serve you so that we can actually start to move through things a lot easier. So recently I was invited to a big men's event where there's going to be around 1,000, 2,000 men. And I was excited to go to this, a little resistant, but there were two options on how to stay at the event. One was an RV and the second was camping. And so for a couple of weeks, I was saying to myself, I want to do the RV, I don't want to do the camping. And it was just kind of this fixated thought around, I know I'm going to definitely do the RV option, looking into that. And then it came to about a week ago, and that didn't seem like it was going to be an available option. And so I started to think to myself, why am I so fixated on this RV option versus the camping? And so the story that I was creating was, well, I don't like to camp and I don't want to do that. And so on my way home, on a drive, where after talking about this event, something dawned on me and came into my consciousness. Now, why do things come into our consciousness? Through our consistent meditation practice, through our own heightened self-awareness. If we are unaware, then typically these things don't creep up. But because I am so consistent with my meditation practice, I think this is a big reason why this just suddenly dropped in, which was when I was a kid, I went to Scouts and I was heavily bullied. Now, let me explain exactly what happened when I mean bullied. I mean, I was chased around with knives, eggs thrown at my head, just the boot thrown at my head, and just it was traumatic, honestly. It wasn't playful, it wasn't kind, it was bullying, it was trauma. So much so that I got pulled out when I was young by my dad. I remember when my dad picked me up and I was just in tears and I didn't want to be there anymore. I never went back. And so what suddenly came up to me was that this childhood traumatic experience was causing me to self-sabotage going camping. Why? Because by being in the RV, I can be safe, right? By being in the RV, I can lock the doors, and even though this environment of men I'm gonna go to, I know that it's very conscious, it's very kind, and there's none of that behavior is gonna happen. And also, I wouldn't tolerate it, knowing what I know now and who I am right now. So it's so interesting what creeps up subconsciously, because really, the trigger to not do the camping was actually from the little Simon inside of me that wanted to be safe, that didn't want to be bullied. And so it was so interesting, despite all the work that I've done on myself, that these things still creep in. So just notice that within yourself, especially if you have gone through childhood bullying, trauma, stuff like that. It's very subtle on how it impacts us. Now, if you want to get consistent with your meditation, so more things come up into your awareness, so you can go, oh my God, now I see that, and you can make a more powerful decision to break through to the next level. I've just created a All Fired Up meditation challenge, which is going to help you to go deeper within yourself and start to become consistent with your meditation practice and start to heal some of those things that may be blocking you. Then you can go to the link below, or you can go to simonlovell.com/allfiredup. But I just wanted to share that story because now I'm going camping, I'm doing the camping option, and it feels completely different to me. Why? Because the awareness came up and I saw it. In my experience with my journey, massive transformation happens when something comes into our awareness, we see it for what it is, and then we make a different choice because we suddenly realize that it was just a story from our past that was limiting us. I'll see you then. Bye.